So, when to and when not to use our performance enhancing accessories. Now, if we picture that we've got our season, let's say it's 9 to 10 months long, and over this way we've got our off season, and over this side we've got our competition that we're ready to peak for. Now, in this first section of the off season, that's when we're going to be mainly working on our weaknesses. We're going to be working on our movement patterns and just our general foundations of movement, foundations of strength, foundations of conditioning in this first section. And then in this middle portion, we're kind of bridging the gap between what we've been doing off season and trying to make it a little bit more similar to what it's going to look like when we're competing in a competition. So we're getting the exposure from what we've trained here in off season, and it's getting it looks a little bit more like CrossFit. And then this last phase of training, let's say 6, 8, 10 weeks before competition, we need to start understanding what we can lift, how many reps we can do of a certain weight, whilst using accessories that you're allowed to use in competition. So if we come back to this first section in the off season, if the focus here is working on your weaknesses, working on your movement patterns, and generally just building a foundation, then you're not going to be doing that with the accessories because you're getting the help from the accessories to be able to perform better. So if we start with weightlifting shoes and we use Jack as an example. So Jack trains in trainers for the majority of the season, in the off season, so that when he's squatting, he's using his own body to fight for the best position that he can do in a squat. So if he does a few squats with just his flat trainers, you can see his chest comes over. It's maybe not what you'd call an ideal squat, but his body is working hard to maintain that upright torso, and that's what is actually a lot better than what it looked like 2 or 3 years ago. So if we take a look at Jack in a pair of weightlifting shoes, you can see when he goes through some squats that he just keeps that slightly more upright position, and the weight of the bar is directly over the middle of his foot. Okay. So if we're lifting 10 kilos less, but we're getting the same strength stimulus from each session, if you picture that then in this off season, over the next 6 to 8 months, that little bit of a lighter load, but still, like we say, getting that strength stimulus, that's going to reduce the amount of stress on your joints, on your ligaments, and on your CNS. So bringing it all together, if we've spent 6 to 8 months of our off season and we have got less stress on the CNS and the joints and the muscles, we're then in a better position when it comes to competition, when the intensity ramps up, and that's when then if we add the accessories, the belts, the knee sleeves, the lifting shoes, and we get the effects, the benefits that we can from then, that's going to help us then perform better when we get to competition. So as a summary, ditch the accessories in off season and only put them on when you're together with the boys or girls and you're maxing out a training day or you're going to competition.